Hello everyone, my name is David. Today we are going to take a look at another horrible case with you. Every girl dreams of finding a lovable and caring husband who is also financially stable. Girls typically spend no more than 25 years with their parents, and then the rest of their lives are meant to be spent with their husbands. But what if a girl gets a demon as her husband? Her entire future would be ruined. Today's case is somewhat similar, so let's delve deeper into the Varka Rani murder case. It was the year 2012, in Walsall Town, England, where a 29-year-old man named Jasveer Ram Ginde lived, working as a banker. Jasveer lived alone in England, while his parents resided in India. Jasveer had a good job in England, his own house, and even his own car. But now, because Jasveer was of marriageable age, whenever his parents called him, they request him to get married. However, Jasveer always ignored his parents' requests, until in 2012 at the age of 29, he finally agreed to get married. Now Jasveer's parents were also very happy with their son's decision, and they immediately began searching for a girl for their son to marry. In the midst of October 2012, Jasveer also comes to India, and after that, he meets his parents after many years. Now Jasveer's parents show him photos of many girls for marriage, but Jasveer doesn't like any of those girls. Then, after some time, a relative of Jasveer shows Jasveer's parents a girl's profile from a matrimonial site. Actually, the girl's name was Varka Rani, and seeing her profile, Jasveer's parents like Varka. After that, they also show Varka's profile picture to their son Jasveer, and as soon as Jasveer sees Varka's picture he likes her. Then Jasveer's parents contact Varka's parents, and then after that, there is a meeting of these two families. During this time Varka and Jasveer are also introduced to each other, and after talking for some time they both like each other. Now the talk of their marriage begins, and the wedding date is also set. Before moving forward, let's learn a little about Varka's background. Varka Rani lived in Matar Bhagat Singh Nagar, in the state of Punjab, while Jasveer was 29 years old. Varka was 24 years old. After completing her graduation, Varka had also obtained a degree in information technology. Varka liked studying so much that at such a young age, she had degrees in 4 different courses. Besides, Varka was the most beloved daughter of her family. But now Varka's age was also suitable for marriage, so her family, with her consent, created her profile on a matrimonial site. Now through these matrimonial sites, Varka had found her life partner, and Jasveer wanted to take Varka with him to England after marriage. Hearing this, Varka's family became even happier, because their daughter had studied a lot, so she could easily find a job in England as well. Then, on March 28, 2013, Jasveer and Varka got married according to Indian customs and traditions. A lot of money was spent on this wedding, and nearly 700 people attended the wedding. However, the problem now was that shortly after the wedding, Jasveer had to return to England, while on the other hand, Varka's visa for England had not yet been approved. During this time Varka applied for an England visa, but in the meantime, Jasveer reached England. On the other hand, in India, Varka was also eagerly waiting for the England visa, and then one day, Varka's wait for her visa also ended. After that, in the month of July, Varka also bought a ticket to go to England, and then on August 10, 2013, she reached England with her husband Jasveer. Where Jasveer's house was, there was also a crematorium nearby for the cremation of the dead. Whenever someone's final rites were performed in this crematorium, the smell of burning human flesh would start to permeate the air, causing discomfort to Jasveer and those around him for a few hours. Now Varka had been in England for about a month, and the date was September 12, 2013. It was nighttime, and suddenly smoke started emanating from Jasveer and Varka's house, causing some concern among the neighbors. To ascertain the cause behind this smoke, 2 or 3 neighbors went to Jasveer's house. Then, when these neighbors rang Jasveer's doorbell, Jasveer didn't open the door in the first 3 doorbell rings. However, when he finally opened the door, one of his neighbors asked him, "What are you burning in your house so late at night? And why is there a smell of burning flesh?" In reality, no human cremation had taken place at the crematorium that day. In response, Jasvir said, "Today we cleaned our house, then some garbage accumulated, and we're just burning that in the furnace, which might be causing the smell." Hearing this, all the neighbors went back to their homes. But after some time, a very strong smell started emanating again from Jasvir's house. Because of this, it became difficult for the neighbors to breathe, so one of them called the police to complain about it. Just a few minutes later, the police arrived at Jasvir's house. Now, some neighbors informed the police about the strange smell coming from Jasvir's house. However, Jasvir gave the same answer to the police's questions as he had given to his neighbors. However, the police also check inside Jasvir's house and find a 22-inch furnace, in which Jasvir was burning trash from his house. Now, after inspecting Jasvir's house, the police leave, but later Jasvir himself goes to the police station and files a complaint against his wife. In his complaint he writes, "Varka has deceived me. She only married me so she could come to England from India. This morning, Varka argued with me, and in the evening, she took $500 and her belongings and left my house." Now, after hearing Jasvir's story, the police assure him that they will find Varka soon. After writing this complaint, Jasvir returns home and then calls his parents in India and tells them the whole story. By the next morning, Jasvir's parents also inform Varka's family about Varka's actions, but on the morning of September 13th, Jasvir again burns the pot inside his house. Now smoke starts coming out of his house again, and there was a very strange smell along with it. But now this matter starts to seem very strange to the neighbors, so they call the police again. In the morning, the police come to Jasvir's house again, and this time, they tell Jasvir that his neighbors are having a problem because of him. Now this smell was very strong, so the police also try to go inside Jasvir's house to see where this dirty smell is coming from. After this, Jasvir takes the police without hesitation to his garden. The police thoroughly search the entire garden, but find nothing. Just as the police were about to leave Jasvir's house, a lady police officer notices a furnace nearby, with flames still burning inside it. The officer removes the lid of the burning furnace, and upon looking inside, she lets out a scream. Hearing the scream of the lady police officer, all the other police officers also focus their attention on this furnace. In fact, the lady police officer had seen a burning human body inside the furnace. The human skin was completely burned, and now only human bones remained inside the furnace. Upon seeing this, the police promptly arrest Jasvir. Subsequently, a team of forensic experts is also called to Jasvir's house. The body inside the furnace was completely burned, making it difficult even for the forensic pathologist to determine whether it was a man's body or a woman's. However, some items are found inside the pot, such as a bracelet, a necklace, and a ring. After a thorough forensic examination of the entire house, the police searched the entire house to seize some of Jasvir's personal belongings. During this search, the police find not only Jasvir's phone and his iPad, but also an album of Varka and Jasvir's wedding. After closely examining these photos, the police realize that Varka is also wearing the same jewelry that was found in the furnace by the forensic team. Here the police suspect whether the remains might belong to Varka. After these suspicions arise, the police interrogate Jasvir about Varka. Initially, Jasvir claims he doesn't know where his wife is. She deceived him and left him. However, when the police present all the evidence gathered by forensic experts, Jasvir becomes flustered. He then tells the police a story. In March 2013, Jasvir and Varka got married, but Jasvir didn't want to marry any girl. However, when he met Varka, he liked her instantly. They had a grand wedding, and a few months later, Varka also came to England. But suddenly one day, Varka told Jasvir that she married him to go to England and live independently from her family. Learning this made Jasvir very angry, leading to arguments between them multiple times, including on the morning of September 12th. But later, Jasvir didn't know where Varka went. When she didn't return home late at night, Jasvir started to worry, so he went to the police station and filed a complaint. However, the police didn't believe Jasvir's story at all, so later, a police team also talked to Jasvir's neighbors and friends. From neighbors, the police only learned that Varka was very friendly, family, very nice, very polite, always spoke to you. On the other hand, Jasvir's friends revealed some shocking details that left the police astounded. According to Jasvir's friends, he was more interested in boys than girls. Now Jasvir was continuously defending himself by narrating false stories to the police. However, the police came across some pictures from Jasvir's iPad that had already exposed much about his personality. But the police wanted to hear the truth from Jasvir himself. Therefore, they decided to interrogate Jasvir rigorously. This time Jasvir broke down and recounted a story again. Jasvir told the police that he had a fight with Varka on September 12th, and I got very angry during this fight. At that time I had a vacuum cleaner on my side, and I started choking Varka with the vacuum cleaner pipe. But during this time Varka died, and then, when I didn't know what to do, I took Varka to my garden, where there was also a furnace. After that, I put Varka's dead body in that furnace, and then placed some pieces of wood on it, then sprinkled petrol, and set Varka on fire. But this wasn't Jasvir's true story either. In reality, Jasvir had known since the age of 12 that he was gay, and he liked boys, but during this time, he didn't tell anyone in his family about his truth. Jasvir completed his graduation in India, and then moved to England, where he found a job at a bank. After some time living in England, Jasvir learns about a gay club, and becomes a member. In addition, in 2008, Jasvir had entered into a relationship with a gay man. After some time, Jasvir also told some of his close friends that he is gay. But now, in 2013, Jasvir's family started pressuring him to get married quickly. Jasvir didn't want to tell his family that he is gay, so he agreed to marry Varka. After marrying Varka, Jasvir brings her to England. A whole month had passed since Varka had come to England, but there was no physical relationship between Varka and Jasvir. When Varka tried to talk to Jasvir about it, he changed the topic. But then one day Varka saw Jasvir's iPad and found some inappropriate pictures of Jasvir with his gay partner. After this revelation, arguments started between Varka and Jasvir. Varka even said to Jasvir, "If I had known you were gay, I wouldn't have married you. But now my whole life is ruined. So now I want a divorce, and I'll also tell my and your parents the truth." After listening to Varka, Jasvir feels that now even his family will find out that he is gay, but he didn't want to tell his family about this secret. Jasvir was very angry with Varka, so he strangled her with the pipe of the vacuum cleaner lying nearby, which caused Varka's death. After killing Varka, Jasvir went to a gas station, got some petrol, and came back home. Then he put Varka's body in the furnace, placed some logs with it, and finally attempted to burn Varka's corpse by pouring petrol over it. However, when Varka's body caught fire, the smell of burning human flesh reached the neighbors. However, after this, a neighbor also called the police, but on the night of September 12th, the police did not know that Jasvir was burning his own wife's body inside his house. Then, on the morning of September 13th, Jasvir went to his garden and checked the furnace to see if Varka's body had burned completely or not. But some parts of the body were not properly burned, so he poured petrol on it again and set it on fire. But because of this, the strange smell spread among the neighbors again, and when the police came to Jasvir's house for the second time, he was officially caught. The husband who killed his new bride after she discovered he was gay, Jasvir Ginde from Warsaw, killed Varka Rani just months into their marriage. After this, both Jasvir and Varka's families also found out about this story. Jasvir's family could not believe that their son liked boys, while on the other hand, grief had spread in Varka's house. There was no shortage of evidence to convict Jasvir, and he was taken to Wolverhampton Crown Court. There, Jasvir initially lied a lot to avoid punishment, but after a long trial lasting 3 months, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. In addition, Jasvir only be eligible for bail after continuously staying in jail for 21 years. A girl who was very dear to her parents, she married a man who didn't care about her at all. Varka left her parents, siblings, and even her country, and trusted Jasvir Ginde. But Varka's result was death. May God not give such a monster husband to any girl. So with that, the cruel murder case of Varka Rani comes to an end right here. Friends, I have a small request for you. I want to let you know that behind the David True Crime channel, there is a team of 5 people who work hard to bring you the best quality content through thorough research. If you appreciate our efforts, you can support us according to your preference by visiting the link provided in the description. Your small support will motivate us to work effectively on the channel. Thank you. Additionally, if you want to recommend any case for us to make a detailed video on, you can write the name of that case in the comment section. If you appreciate our efforts, like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed, do so now. Thank you.